But this was the last swap desk reporting interest in long 6J contracts and along the FOB at these prices. And obviously, if we look at that trade to see how it developed, I wonder if you thought it made any money. Let's take a look and see what you think. So this was at 10 o'clock this morning. Again, I don't know if there's an interest in this type of stuff, but you know, we'll take a look and see how it performed anyway, regardless. So swap desk is reporting interest in the long 6J contract. So we can obviously look at the long 6J contract in this example here. We can see this, the long 6J contract. Let's just get the bearings on this. 10 o'clock, 9058, 9059. 9058, 9059. So 10 o'clock this morning, 9058, 9059. So there's 9060s. So they had seen some buying coming in at these prices here. Now these are macro trades, okay? So there it is there. There's the trade, 9058, 9059. So they've seen a lot of interest in buying this. Now obviously there was a big buy zone in the background here. So we can start marking off these areas. We can start marking off these areas of particular interest to us. What the hell? Sorry guys, I'm clicking on the wrong thing because I'm seeing the wrong thing. So that's the level of interest there. We already recognize that the long trade is being shouted, okay? 9058, 9059. So you're being able to get around about 9060. You're getting about 9060. Look at what happened to that trade. Is that quite a nice outcome? What do you think? This trade was sent out at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, that's when we started to have a conversation with these guys about this bit of business. If you look at the FOB spread, the long FOB spread at 331.25, swap desk reporting interest in long dollar, short dollars, long J's, and long FOB spread at 331.25. The FOB spread is this one here, 331.25, 331.25, 10 o'clock again, here it is here. 331.25 is there, guys. So you heard about it here, 10 o'clock, and obviously at that stage you had a great opportunity to actually buy the FOB spread at even lower prices, not 25, but 24, possibly even as low as 23s. And that trade has just gone from 23.24 up to 0.2. $300 profit. $300 profit on the FOB spread. One FOB spread, $300. When you look at that, outcome and you say, well, that actually was a pretty good outcome. Well, when you add that to the Japanese yen position, which went from 60 to 80, which is 20 ticks, bearing in mind that there's two contracts taken on these as part of that spread, that's 20 times $25. That's a $500 profit. So this buy trade here was $500 as part of that swap deal. That gives us an $800 profit today on that swap. 500 plus 300 on a live trade call, based on the swap desk reporting interest in this trade at 10 o'clock. You couldn't make it up, could you? I mean, it shows you the quality of real inside information, real insights into this. And that trade has been absolutely blisteringly good. And when we look at that in the idea behind it, the process, it's a phenomenal outcome, isn't it? So there was another tweet. The other tweet was 16 minutes ago. This is the second tweet here. You can see that from the insider trade, the swap desk was booking half at 1:30. Swap desk was booking half at 1:30. So that's the first half getting taken off at 1:30. And obviously we can calculate out just what the swap makes. The total swap value in that trade is probably going to be approaching the $1,000 by the time it finishes. And on the basis that it's put some real big numbers together on these so far, you've got to be thinking to yourself, that is a brilliant, brilliant profit. Well, the trade, Miguel, is just, it's either the FOB spread or the knob spread. And the reason why I put the knob spread is just because, of course, we know that the knob spread has the the same qualities about it here. So, sometimes the trade will be taken on the FOB spread, and sometimes it'll be taken on the NOB spread as well. So we can simply see that trade evolving in this location here. So you could have done exactly the same on the NOB spread or the FOB spread, and the Japanese yen has made an absolute killing. Absolute killing. But as I said, this is one of those trades that I can talk about literally all day long, and the amount of interest in it will be pretty close to zero because it's a bond spread trade. It's not got the desirability perhaps as an outright trade would have. But if you can consistently make $1,000 a day, or $700 a day on these types of spreads, it's got to be of interest, right? It's got to be of interest to see how it eventually evolves. But I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile continuing with it, because it is a spread trade rather than anything else, and we have to have people interested in spreads, and most people are still more interested in outrights, so we try and focus more on that process. But I thought it was worthwhile following it myself to see how it went. One of the things that I have been doing is I've been developing out a max program on the FOB spread as a standalone, and trying to capture the essence of a FOB spread trade on Max. And this was Max's sell trade. You can see Max was selling the FOB spread for that small but reasonable little drop here, and then Max started to sell this top edge up here, and you can see that Max FOB spread sell has resulted in a very good sell coming away from that FOB spread, and this is a 5-minute Max FOB spread trade. And in the background, there's no trades in here. You can see there was no trades there, but you can see the last Max trade was here for a buy possible trade here on the FOB. And you can see that actually had a very, very good profitability, didn't it, that Max trade there? The trade before that was a sell on Max here. You can see that sell on Max there turns out to be an absolute cracker. You can see we got a brilliant sell here, and then we got another brilliant sell here. This is now a 5-minute FOB spread trade. And as we go forward, you can see that we had these Max buy trades into this bottom edge. Look, we got a lot of them into this buy trade here. So the first buy trade started to kick off in this area here. We got another one very, very shortly afterwards into this very, very, very discount price, and we got a very nice buy side response. And then we had a Max sell trade, a very, very top tick price up here. You can see we actually got a Max sell trade before the FOB spread got absolutely crushed off of that top edge. So depending upon stops and all that kind of stuff, this is actually like a very, very safe bond trade, because obviously bond spread trades are a lot safer, of course. One would imagine that that's pretty sensible for everybody to understand, or it's pretty straightforward for everybody to understand. But the other thing, of course, about bond spreads, about bond spread trading is, when you see Max coming in for a sell trade at the top edge, you can start thinking to yourself, okay, how do you flatten the FOB spread? What would I expect to see happening on the FOB spread? If Max is selling the FOB spread, could I perhaps find an outright trade? What does the FOB spread flattener come into? What does the FOB spread, trade give me as an idea? And obviously, when I say FOB spread, it's FOB spread inverted, but it's still the FOB spread, right? So we can start to understand a little bit about the possibility of outright trades, or even oil trades, or even dollar trades inside of those areas once we start to understand how the FOB spread moves against every other trade outcome. So FOB spreads against oil, dollar, and bonds, and even equities perhaps as well. But that's a whole different conversation, and a very long conversation. To look at the intricacies of what the FOB spread can and can't do at certain prices. Anyway, I'm just in the middle of lunch, guys, so I'll be back in a few minutes.